AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't. But she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that.
Is this. When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy.
Person Crockett is part of the new trend where informality is okay, where formality used to reign. Yeah. Okay, fine. That's been going.
A podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, man, dude, this shit is whack and fuck it. Just slap me. I'm fucking over it. I mean.
All right, folks, it's getting heated. Bill Maher just dropped a bombshell. And oh wow, it's sparking outrage across the political landscape. You know, the latest controversy erupting is Maher taking on Democrats Jasmine Crockett and AOC on live TV.
Is that privilege or not? She was a bartender.
Yeah.
You know, so I was a delivery boy.
But I'm saying sometimes, Bill, you don't agree with Donald Trump's policies.
No.
But that's what the people want.
Some of them.
Whether you like her or not, I don't like what she did with Amazon in New York. But I think AOC she's a Democratic icon.
Well, she's the wrong. If you think that's the direction the country, the Democratic.
I'm not saying the policies that she espouses that's the direction, but I'm saying that you have to give the people who are out front speaking for the party, not the people who are.
If you think
she's evolving,
yeah, she's evolving,
and
as we all are,
and she is moving into
right.
She understands the game a little bit more. And if you notice, she is sort of becoming a sort of normal kind of Democrat in many ways.
Yes.
I think she's evolving.
Okay, great.
She's a very smart tactic. She's very smart.
Let's get behind that.
He's like seriously challenging the essence of what the Democratic Party claims to stand for. And I mean, if that's not something to chew on, I don't know what is.
AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't. But she's AOC, very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No, because they're authentic.
I don't think that Don.
I think you're wrong about that.
What people like about people like Trump and Fetterman is because it's irrelevant to her life.
But you don't know her life.
I know that being a gorgeous woman who I wouldn't even know was Hispanic in a city that has 1 million Hispanics and does not treat them badly.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't struggle. That doesn't mean that she was set down.
It implies it.
But that doesn't mean that she was set down in a Hispanic ghetto in the Bronx and had to deal with that growing up, and that she's come from a working class family.
It implies that it implies that in some way she's behind the 8 ball because of that, and it's just not true. And so
I don't know if she's behind the 8 ball, but I don't think she's as privileged as many people who are in Congress.
Seriously challenging the essence of what the Democratic Party claims to stand for. And I mean, if that's not something to chew on, I don't know what is.
How we got there, because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans, so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or not.
Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those emails
I have broken
actually
more
have
glass ceilings than
Chairman,
you.
I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that. I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not in order.
Order.
Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the First Amendment right too,
And
young
so
man.
I'd like those words
right.
to be
I'm not
taken
gonna be a
down.
child.
I
I'm
am
not gonna
moving
be
to have
called a
those
child
words
by
taken
any
down.
of
I
you.
believe it's against the rules to
Going
incite
outside doesn't
violence
incite
against
violence.
another
You have a
member of
conversation
Congress.
that isn't.
The committee will
interrupting this
suspend.
committee.
The member will state the words he wishes taken down.
Maher argues that the disconnect between who's in the spotlight and who truly represents the public's interests is glaring, really glaring.
Have trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation, you're doing it in your messaging, you're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
His calling out the party for embracing the loudest voices over the most intelligent ones, a choice he says is, well, devastating for the party's future.
I thought was apropos of what's going on the left. And by the way, if you watch the speech, I saw mostly the clips of it, and mostly it was people in the audience, the guy with the cane, people with, like, paddles. Oh, there's the cane dude. And then there's, okay, we're here's our pussy hat uniform. And these looks like you're at a auction signs. I mean, it was, John Fetterman called it a sad cavalcade of self-owns and unhinged petulance. I love him. I thought he should run last week. The Democrats seem so lost. And here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, "Oh, man, dude, this shit is whack, and fuck it. Just slap me. I'm fucking over it."
So, wait a sec. If you enjoy content that challenges the norm and keeps it real, hit that subscribe button. Go on, I'll wait.
Have right now is that if we continue down this road, then we will not have a rule of law, because we have people that are currently serving and they're saying things like, ignore the judge's order. What it means to have law and order in this country is that you follow the order and you go through the appeals process, even if you dislike what the judge did. Thank you. And I'm
going to note that when Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as we know her, filed articles of impeachment on Justice Thomas and Alito, Ms. Crockett was one of the co-sponsors along with Mr. Cohen, both members of this committee. It does seem interesting that when the shoe is on the other foot, everyone is self-righteous.
Wow.
And I think this is a good example. For the last 3 hours, I have had to listen to one side talking about impeachment as though it was the nature of this hearing.
He's done? Welcome aboard. Now, let's jump back. All right. Let's really dig into Bill Maher's explosive critique, which, to be honest, has kind of shaken the political scene. Maher took to the stage with that signature audacity, right? So, his firing shots left and right at Jasmine Crockett and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's like he's stripped down their public personas to raw, controversial elements. Clip 6. So, Maher sets the scene by questioning the authenticity in politics today, something we've all kind of noticed, don't you think?
This is just an example of when they go low, we go lower. And the Democratic Party is going to lose if they try to use kind of MAGA world tactics back at them. I think that if the Democrats want to succeed in the future, they need to be the party that is normal, that are stand-up people, that do not take the cheap shots back.
But I don't know. I'm not that upset about it. I'm really not. You know why? Because I'm a big fan of Family Guy. And they have... Am I wrong? Every week. I mean, one of the characters, Joe the cop, is in a wheelchair, and every week there's 20 jokes about him being in a wheelchair, and nobody died. And like, I just think everybody has to, like, lighten up a little. Yeah, it's terrible to be in a wheelchair, but, you know, it's not like it's news to him. I don't know. I'm a free speaker.
I adore Family Guy. I've seen every episode. But that wasn't a cartoon. This is real life. And she was saying it with dismissive hostility as opposed to the cartoonish, we can get away with it because we're drawn. Jasmine Crockett is not drawn, and neither is Abbott. I see a distinction, although I see what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what really fired up the audience was Maher's assertion that both women epitomize a generational and ideological shift that might be alienating core Democratic voters, like the ones focused on results rather than rhetoric. He stressed, and I quote, that the party risks choosing the loudest voices over the smartest ones, indicating an internal crisis that's, like, tearing at the seams of the party's unity and effectiveness. The audience feedback on social media exploded after this statement, with many viewers weighing in. Some applauded Maher for what they saw as a much-needed reality check. Others, however, felt he was unfairly skewering figures who truly resonate with younger generations. So, you can see the tension between Maher and the Democratic narrative, a real clash of ideals over what political leadership should actually look like in this digital age, and it's leaving people, talking. This isn't just about Maher's ego. It's about a genuine concern regarding the future path of the party. In the discussions that followed, many of Maher's supporters, and even some critics, found themselves agreeing on one key point. The Democrats need to reevaluate who serves as the face of their party. They need to focus on leaders who not only generate excitement, but, actually have a deft political touch to get meaningful legislation across the finish line. And let's be honest, Crockett's TikTok-era flamboyance and AOC's Instagram heroine image might not appeal to voters looking for substantive policies rather than hashtag-worthy moments. If you're paying attention, Maher's critique wasn't just aimless venting, but a call to action, kind of imploring the Democrats to introspect. The intense review of their strategies and representation could either lead to an inclusive revamp or, as Maher feared, a downfall prompted by their inability to adapt to what voters really need in their daily lives. So what do you think? Is Bill Maher onto something, or is he just stirring up controversy for the sake of ratings? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm super curious about your take on all this.